Hi, I'm Brett Panter from the personal injury law firm of Panter Sampedro. And the question today is, what kind of injuries give rise to a birth injury case? The first thing we look at is, are the injuries serious and permanent? Because of the cost of medical negligence claims, there has to be a permanent and significant and life-altering injury. And we look at this. Examples of that could be a baby that is born with some sort of brain damage, a baby that's born with some sort of paralysis, or even other organ failures. And we here have had all of those type of cases over the many years of our practice. And we look at that first. And we want to know if we can do something to help the baby and the family in this very troubling time. The next thing we look at is what's called medical causation or legal causation. We need to know is, were those injuries or are those injuries directly related to some sort of negligence? An example of that would be where a mother is struggling to deliver the baby and a lot of hours go by, and perhaps the doctors or nurses or hospital staff should have considered what's called a cesarean section, taken the baby out by a surgical procedure. And sometimes when that's not done, the baby suffers an intrautero suffering, and such as oxygen deprivation, difficulty in movement and getting outside into the world. And when these things occur, they could be linked to the injuries that occur. And finally, of course, the last thing is, where did this occur? Is there a collectible defendant, such as, was it in a hospital, the birth, which most births are, but not all of them are. So we need to look at the collectability, whether the doctors carried insurance, or whether the doctors are employed by the hospital, or the nurses are employed by the hospital, and who did what wrong. Was it a result of nursing negligence, or hospital negligence, or doctor's negligence? So we at our firm are prepared to and experienced at and are ready to evaluate all these elements to determine if there is a legitimate birth injury related case. If you have further questions, feel free to call me, Brett Panter, or look on our website at panterlaw.com to reach out and talk to any of my partners about your potential claim.